Genius Nation, welcome to a brand new day. Welcome to the Daily Genius. I am Dr. Will. And as always, super excited that you are here with us on this daily journey. For those of you, for those of you that are watching this outside of our private Facebook group, when I talk about Genius Nation, I'm talking about our private group that has over 1,000 individuals that are committed to becoming the best versions of themselves and creating a life that they love. If that sounds like you, then I invite you to become a part of Genius Nation. After you watch this video, go over to Facebook, find our Genius Nation page and become of over 1,000 individuals that are ready to make it happen. For those of you that are coming in live into our group, good morning to you wherever you are in the world. So welcome to a brand new Monday. This is a Monday that you will never see again. This is a Monday that you've never seen. So treat it as such. This is a special day. This is a one-of-a-kind day. You'll never see this Monday again. So today I wanted to talk to you. As I was on my walk this morning, I was thinking about the power of doing, the power of doing, the power of doing. And you know, one of my favorite words is dominate. One of my favorite words is dominate. And the prefix to that is what? D-O. Do, and how much power there is. And I was thinking about the times that I've done half marathons, right? I've done a couple of half marathons, and I'm getting ready to do one here this month. And I was thinking about the mental, right? I was thinking about the mental preparation that goes into doing a half marathon. And a half marathon is 13.2 miles. And a marathon, full marathon is 26.2 or something like that. Half marathon is 13.1. Marathon is 26.2. And a lot of times when we get ready to do something, we always think about the end point, like 26 miles. Like when people think about a marathon, they think about 26 miles, right? When you think about a half marathon, you think about 13 miles. And I remember when I did my last half marathon, I remember when I got to mile number 6. When I got to mile number 6, I got so excited because I knew at mile number 6 that I was going to complete this half marathon. Watch this now. I knew at mile number 6, not when I got to mile number 13, but when I got to mile number 6, because mentally my mind shifted in saying to get back, you have to go back 6, right? You got to go back 6. And so when I got to the halfway point of the half marathon, in my mind, I had already accomplished, because no matter what, I had to get back. And so for me, when I got to that halfway point, 6.5 miles or so, I knew then I had completed the task. Even though I had some other stuff to do, mentally for me, I had already finished mentally, because I knew to get back, I had to do the other half. And so that's what happens when you start the process of doing. You get empowered along the way. You find more efficient ways to do things. I know once you're first beginning something, it seems daunting. It seems like it's so many parts. But just like in life, the more you do something, the more repetitions you get, you begin to create systems for yourself that makes it even easier. I give you, another, I know, right? For me, every morning I go 3 or 4 miles, right? And I'm getting ready to do a half marathon. In my mind already, Will, you already do 3 or 4 miles every day. So in my mind, I'm already can envision and picture the whole process. Like in my mind, boom, you go 4 miles every morning. You can do that. What if you did it again? And I'm just basing it off of, man, you know what? After these 4 miles, I feel pretty good. Like right now, I just 10 minutes ago, just walked in the house from doing 4 miles. I asked myself, okay, right now, could you do another 4 miles with no problem? Yep, that would be 8 miles. Now, could you do another 4 miles? That would be 12. I could do that. I can already envision doing that. Why? Because I'm in the process of doing. And that's what happens. You want to write that book. Just get in the process of doing. If you said, you know what, I'm going to write 15 minutes a day. It may not seem like a lot of time, but what will happen? You'll start, and maybe day number 1, okay, I'm going to write. Okay, man, what am I writing? Okay, man, that wasn't so productive. Okay, day number 2 is a little bit better. Day number 3, a little bit better. Day number 4, what's going to happen? What will happen is you'll start to say, you know what? The night before, let me prepare and start thinking about what I'm going to write in the morning. So when I get to my desk in that 15 minutes, I'm not going to waste any time thinking about what I'm going to write. I'm going to get right to writing, right? And then you may say, you know what? I'm going to have my notebook here. I'm going to have my notes here. I'm going to have everything is going to be set up. Like every morning, when I go for my walk, I already know the night before what I'm going to wear, what shoes I'm going to wear, what outfit I'm going to wear, right? Here for the Daily Genius, right? I know, boom, you guys notice it. Every single day is going to be a black shirt, sweater, and I know that's the uniform for the Daily Genius. I already know that, right? Doing these, we're episode number 95, I think today, episode number 95. Because I've already almost put 100 of these on the table, I know what I want the other 100 to look like. Now, when I started out, I didn't know what these 100 was going to look like. I didn't know what the first 200 was going to look like. But now, after I've done 100, I know what direction I want the Daily Genius to go into. But that only happens by doing. You get so much more knowledge by doing. And a lot of times we want to front load the information. We want all the information up front. But you're going to learn so much more by just doing, by getting in the process. I tell my clients all the time, I can tell you about swimming, and I can tell you about the water getting into your eye and the water getting into your throat and, feeling the waves. But until you get in that water, none of it's going to make sense. None of it's going to make sense. It'll make sense on a topical level, but until you experience the water, getting in your eye, getting in your mouth, all that kind of stuff, you got to get in the water. Like if I'm just teaching you here on the side of the pool, right? That's just theory. I need you to get in the water. When you get in the water, it's going to make sense for when I say, turn your head like this. It's going to make sense once you get in the water, but you got to get in the water. And so I want you guys to get used to not overthinking things, but just starting to do it, because there's so much power in doing it. There's so much power in just doing the activity, right? You want to learn how to cook better. Start cooking. Are you going to burn some of the stuff sometime? Sure. But in the process, man, that time I put too much salt. This time I didn't put enough salt. By that 4th or 5th time, man, you're going to have it right. You're going to have it right. I remember my grandmother when she used to cook. She just knew, right? She knew how many pinches of seasoning. She knew how much pinchings of salt to put. She just knew, but this was after repetition, right? Of her just doing. I remember, Grandma, how did you? I just do it. Just do it, right? You want to go bake that cake? Maybe that first one comes out, not perfect, but you got to go back and do it. You got to go back and do it. And the power is in the doing. The power is in the doing, and then it starts to produce confidence in so many other areas. I know for me mentally, when I started doing these half marathons, for me, it broke something. It broke something mentally for me that I can now say, man, Will, you've done a half marathon before. You've done a marathon before. If you've done a marathon before, you definitely can do this. If you've done, and for me, I equate a whole lot of other things that have really nothing to do with running and marathons, but just mentally, because I've done this over here, it gives me confidence to do other things. Because I say to myself, man, this thing over here is not as difficult as this. Like, I think about, man, if I ever ran out of gas and I needed to walk 3-4 miles to the gas station, in my mind, man, that's nothing. That's nothing. I can do that in my sleep. Why? Because I went through the process of doing it before. And so that's the power of doing. You get such a confidence. And the confidence that most of you want, it's not going to come until you do it. See, confidence is a result. You understand? Confidence is a result. A result of what? A result of you doing. See, you get the confidence after you do it. You get the confidence after you. We want the confidence before we've done something. And that's not how it works. You get the confidence after you do it. See, we don't want to do things, my clients, when I work with my clients, they always say, so what do you think? What do you think? I said, I don't know. We got to do it. After we do it, we're going to get the data. We're going to get the data after we do it. We're not going to have data unless we do it. And see, we want that assurance. There are no assurances in life. There are no assurances of life. You can do everything you think is right, and then we don't know. But this is why I love doing, because doing gives me data. Doing gives me the data. Oh man, we're going to put out this campaign. Let's see how the market responds. I'm not going to know how the market responds until I put it out. And then once you do it, I always tell my clients, you can always improve on done, right? Once you do something, you can always improve on done. But until we get it out your head, we got to get it out your head. We got to get it on paper. We got to get it tangible. And once we get it tangible, when I did those first couple of half marathons, right? Learning which shoes to wear, learning which socks to wear, understanding how much preparation that I needed, how much recovery time was I going to do? Man, if I do it, am I going to be out the rest of the day, right? Am I just going to be gone the rest of the day? I didn't know this type of stuff until I did it. And that's the same for you, writing a book. You're trying to write this perfect manual. No, just get it out your head. And once you get it in print, you're going to see more corrections, more different ideas. You're going to be able to say, oh, you know what? Let me elaborate on this story. You know what? Let me change this. I don't like the way that came out. But you can see all of this. You can't see all of this when it's in your head. You got to get it. You got to get that print book in your hand. And now you know what? There's a correction right there. There's a right misspelling right there. But all of that is after you do it. So that's my challenge for you this week. What do you just need to do? Stop overthinking it. Get out there and just do it. Just get out there and just do it. All right, guys, that's what I have for you today. Go out there and be your amazing selves. Go out there and accomplish something amazing. Be brilliant today. Let somebody see your genius shine. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for the Daily Genius.